you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, glass empty. How about I get another drink, baby, drink, baby? Okay, I get it. You got fire burning right there in your eyes. So when you got this whole thing, I like the way you look at me. How about we just go with the flow? Now you know I feel it too. But I don't think this could be something that becomes a thing. Maybe just for tonight, then I'll be over you. But when you got close.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Streamline Minor League Tournament. I am your caster Pond, joined today by the likes of Forge Master. Forge, how you doing, man?
Doing good. It's rather unusually cold today. By the way, hello to our viewers. Thank you very much for joining us. And hello, Pond. I'm doing fine. How are you doing today?
A little bit on the tired side, but nevertheless, I'm very, very excited for the match we have coming up today. We're going to be having the likes of Myschief Esports and KL11, and we're right now in the winners bracket of our last games. We are going to be seeing these two battle it out, and the loser of this game will go on to win the go on to face the winner of the losers bracket, while the winner will be making it to the grand final with a map advantage. Two very, very powerful teams. I've been a big fan of watching Myschief Esports throughout the tournament so far, and I'm really excited to see what they could bring today. But KL11, also a very, very talented team. Forrest, what are some predictions you might have for today's match?
So, I guess we have a caster box one versus one here because I'm slightly more inclined to K11. Probably because I like the previous two games they played. I must say that I did find them to have a calculated choice of strategies, calculated aggression, and calculated passive plays. So I'm a little more inclined to seeing KL11 win here. So Mischief versus KL11 out there and in here as well. So it's good. This is going to be fun. Two of the better teams in the tournament. Again, not taking anything away from the previous teams that we have seen, but they made it this far. The cream of our Streamline Minor League, and it'll be good to see who goes on to finals and gets the map advantage.
Precisely. Yeah, I really gotta say that we've seen some pretty good play from the likes of Team Mischief. With both Vexion and Rage being absolute animals on entry frag, and the entire team playing more of a flex play style. I mean, um, their entire play style really relies on a lot of heads up gunfights, but also taking intel and reacting quickly. There is not a whole ton of hesitation on the attack from Team Mischief, while for K11 plays that a little bit more traditional more of a traditional attack where they'll have their entry frags go in and clear out sight, and they take the game a little bit slower, but I don't think that that's going to be much of an issue today because um I mean, we've seen the likes of Skull X be an
Mhm.
absolute animal in the tournament so far. So I really want to see Skull X really shine today, and then I really want to see the likes of Vexion on Mischief be able to really show what he's about. And also, something I want to talk about really quickly is that we have Mischief as the team playing today, but on K11 Esports we have Mischief from K11. Forge, what are your thoughts on that? Is that an attempt of misdirection coming in from K11 before this game, or is that just simply a player name?
you know, coincidences don't generally exist. So I'm guessing this is some inside play. One guy is a informat for the other, but It's definitely going to spice things up. I actually want to see the Twitch chat go a little bit crazy over this, especially the new guys. If there are any new viewers joining us today, it'll be good to see Mischief versus the whole of Mischief, to see who's the crown of Mischief. Okay, too much there. My bad. But regardless, this will be a good, interesting set of games. A quick reminder for anybody who's been out of the loop or you're new. We had Mischief versus Exile and V5 Esports versus KL11 in our first games of the upper bracket. And Mischief beating Exile and has come to the stage. Same way KL11 beat V5, and now it's Mischief versus KL11 to decide who goes off to the finals and who is going to face the loser of the lower bracket. And the lower bracket was going to be Exile vs V5. Wait, I think that game was done, right? Yes, okay, my mistake. Exile vs V5 was done yesterday. No?
Anyways,
Mm.
yes, and that game was played out yesterday. But as we are talking right now, it seems that map bans are going to be going through. We should be able to move over to that on the screen shortly. And um and just an update for everybody here. It's Mischief has banned out Clubhouse while K11 Esports has banned out Coastline. I think that Coastline ban is in good vein because I would not want to see the likes of Mischief on Coastline with how frag heavy their team is, and just their overall play style. I think that they would absolutely dominate on there. And we are going to be having our first two maps of the day. We are going to be starting out with Mischief on Villa, and then it seems that K11 Esports has selected to go to Cafe Dostoevsky for our
Oh,
first two
yes.
maps. It is going to be on Mischief Esports right now to see what the deciding map is, as we still have my apologies. It will be on to K11 Esports, as we still do have three maps on the board for today: Consulate, Oregon, and Theme Park. And the final map is going to be the decider map for today's series. Forge, what is your prediction for this third and final map that we will be seeing today?
Okay, so seeing that we have two strat heavy maps on the lower win percentage for attack side, Villa and Cafe, I would like to have the third one speed things up. So maybe Consulate. Consulate is, like we discussed the last time, a more of a, you know, extremities. It's either heavily strat heavy or heavily, oops, scratch that. Consulate is out, and it's Oregon. I like this as well because Oregon's a good map. It's fun to watch. It's fun to see players come up with interesting strategies because it's a good mix of long. If It's a good mix of long hallways and all that. At the same time, we got tight choke points as well. So it's nice to see KLM, which is a slightly more methodical team, versus Mischief, a slightly more fast-paced team, go off to see whether it's unstoppable force versus immovable object and who wins it out.
Precisely. We will be seeing the likes of Team Mischief starting out on attack today, and I really like Consulate being played. We've seen Consulate played once during, I believe, our last upper bracket final. Um and Consulate is one of those maps that it is a map of extremes. It You can play it strat heavy, you can play it frag heavy. It plays a lot better out strat heavy, as most maps do. But we will not be going to that. We will be going to Oregon for our last hoo-ha hooray for today's matches, as we will be starting out on Villa. I'm very, very excited. And we are going to be playing this match in the new Rainbow Six Siege setup. We are going to be playing in Operation Shadow Legacy, and I'm really excited to see how the new reinforcement pools and the new observer tools just really well, more so in game, seeing how the new scopes and reinforcement pools and a lot of those in game changes really have an effect on today's game. Our setups, I mean, I've seen, at least in my own personal playing, is that setups are a lot more diverse now that you don't have to have all five people reinforce on site. So I'm really, really excited to watch that.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see because now you have you have people dedicating some deep roaming to certain players that don't have to waste their time and their utility inside. So you can always have a Bomai run off above or below the site, set himself up with with his shield and no reinforcement, but he can save that time by just throwing his magnets wherever he needs it. So I can see again a coin toss or of it's either going to be deep roam or it's going to be closer to site. But basically, you're going to see people having hardcore anchors like Kaid, Smoke, dedicate all of their time in setting up the site. Since now the entire site control is purely is purely the responsibility of the anchors, and the roamers can do as they please. So there's a lot of freedom that's going to be flowing through, and I'm excited to see how it works out in the competitive scene. At the same time, I must point out Legion has retained the 1.5 scope from the TTS, and that is borderline frightening me because he's back to having almost everything that a team would need. He has sound intel, he has traps, he has plant denial, and now he has a 1.5 on a blazing fast gun. So I do think that we're going to see him a lot. I can expect him to see him a lot because KL11, I guess KL11 starting on defense. Yeah, so if KL11 starting on defense, that can be very good in slowing down Myschief. So I do think we can see some of that. So it's interesting. Some meta shifts can be noticed. Not drastic meta changes, but they're more scattered out throughout the entire game, in my opinion. They at least that's how I see it to be.
Yeah, the change of having Legion with that 1.5 scope. I mean, at least on Villa, I had a ranked game yesterday that I was holding 90 on Villa with Legion, and um, on our defending side went 11 and 2 because you can hold those long angles really, really, really well, and if the enemy team doesn't necessarily know how to attack that long angle, you're golden. I mean, originally the meta for that was throwing a dock or a rook on 90 and having them hold down by library, and then them hold also the trophy double door and trophy double door top red and statuary door. But now that we have a lot of different operators having that 1.5 scope, they can hold a lot more of those longer angles, and I really like it. I really like it. It's really a lot of a comfort change. I don't think Legion's as I don't think Legion is going to be seeing a lot of playtime. I could be entirely wrong, but I don't think he brings enough utility to the table in order to justify a pick there. But also, it is Villa. Anything is possible. Especially with the new 1.5 times scope. Maybe some teams are going to experiment around with some newer strategies today. So yeah, I'm really I'm really pumped to see. I'm really pumped to see how, if at all, the meta does change with the addition of new scopes, because scopes are a small quality of life change that, I mean, me personally, I've been running the 1.5 times scope on as many guns as possible, and it feels just, the game just feels so much better. And even though we have had some uh, some technical glitches coming out of the TTS into the live builds, I think that I think that a lot of these quality of life changes does make Siege a little bit more of a new game. But I'm curious to see, with the addition and the changes to all these scopes, how is that actually going to change? How is that actually going to change the way the game is played? But nevertheless, my ramblings, we are actually going to be going into it right now. KL11 starting out right now on attack or on defense, and Myschief starting on attack. Forge, what are your expectations coming in the ban phase?
Uh, the typical. I would see Thatcher gone, Bira gone, maybe Monty. I probably want to remove. Oh, I forgot to mention. I do think Ace is in play. We not yet. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. So I think Ace will have to sit this one out. Unfortunately, would have been interesting seeing Ace in uh, play already, but I guess that will take a while. So yes, Thatcher's first one out. Mira, maybe Maestro or Echo. And the last attack ban, I'm just leaving it out of the wind. I want to see what goes. What about you?
I really could expect to see Habata ban come up right now. A
Yes.
Blackbeard ban is definitely not something I was expecting. If I remember correctly, it is potential that Myschief does have some more some potentially troll picks to kind of get out of the way here on attack and defense for defending.
Mhm.
I'm really expecting to see a Valkyrie ban come in, a Mira ban, and or potentially an Echo ban coming out. And as I say that, we are going to be seeing Mira taken off the board. Very, very smart decision. Villa is arguably one of Mira's best maps, and likewise, I mean, it makes a steady take a lot more difficult. It requires for you to kind of and we're gonna have the Echo Banner as the last one. But having that Mira still in play, it makes the study take a lot more challenging because you have to have a pretty solidified control of top red stairs before you can even attempt to take any control of study, and it really does slow down the attack a lot. And even if you have control of top red stairs, um the Mira, you could play a double mirror setup looking from games into study, and it really does make the defense a lot more challenging for the attackers to get through. But nevertheless, we will not be seeing him play today, and our first site will be Aviator. Looks like we're going to be having a little bit more of a traditional setup on defense right now, having Wamai and Goyo. That is 3 shields that could be brought. I don't believe we will be seeing any others. No, we will be having 4 shields, and um, we will be having 4 shields, and we will be having the likes of that Goyo right there. So Goyo will be able to deny Goyo, for some people out there that might not know, Goyo's shield, if shot from the red box behind the shield, will be able to deny some area for plant. But shields, when you do not have a Mira being played, shields are kind of act as that. I call it a budget Mira, and they're able to do essentially the same thing. I mean, Goyo will not be able to have that 1.5 times scope on his Vector, but nevertheless, he will have the new sight on his TCS G9, and he will be able to place down 2 of those shields, and they will act almost as pocket mirrors. But nevertheless, we will be starting this round, so I'll kick it over to Forge.
Yeah, so I guess some of you viewers who have been with us before and have watched the typical pro league are noticing some change in the UI. So you can see the current player that is being spectated. His stats are shown below, the utility, the guns, and blah blah blah. Basically, what was on the left is now on the right, giving more viewership for the central region. That's good, nice QL change for the competitive side for the viewership. And it's good to see that Attack has already started making their push. And you can see Wamai with the MP5K being played by, who's this guy? Ironside69. We do know Ironside to be a good fragger, so this is a good place for him to hold. He generally doesn't miss his shots. And the Monty being influential here and already making the push. So there's already pressure being pushed onto site, but then thankfully we have the smoke of Messiah trying to delay their entry. And the first kill comes in from Bot, getting the kill with the fabulous Brut Vector onto the Hibana. So the Hibana's gone before they could even make good use of her Heartbreach utility, but the Monty has made its push into side, so which is good to see. And the Bot's been downed. Observe everybody, the new scopes are in play. So in case anybody wants to see how the soon to be the upper bracket of seats comparative play are utilizing the new scopes, this would be a good opportunity.
Yeah, and very interesting right there. Bot, a majority of his health is taken down by his teammate from Messiah. And it looks like KL11 Esports gave up complete study control almost uncontested, but as we're talking right now, Rage is going to, Skullx is going to take out Rage, but immediately is going to be traded out by the likes of Shibe Nuts, as Plant is going to be going down, and they're able to get the Plant down. He wasn't able to stop the Plant right there. Messiah trying to rush the Montang, planting in the corner, but the shield that protected him from the bullets, he's able to have the protection he needs. Spectify able to take out Ironside, so it's all going to be left right now onto Myschief. He's playing over here in games, and this is a post-plant situation that you never really want to find yourself in. Having the likes of Shibe Nuts and Zoe being left, and he's able to get one, he's able to get two. He just needs to be able to find Spectify right now. If he's able to find him, that's going to be a clutch of the year, but he has to go for the defuse. Spectify has to go in. He has to stick the defuse, but Spectify not coming in, and very close right there for the likes of Myschief. Almost bringing in the clutch of the year, taking out both the IQ and the Montang, but not able to make it happen. We are going to be seeing Team Myschief take their first round.
So that was a very, very close round, I would say. He was, I guess, 1 second off the Sophia of Lexicon attempting to get the angle from the Hibana holes that were made. Not working out towards the end, but it did eventually work out. There's a rotate just in time to get the Jaeger. Masterful play by Myschief on the Jaeger. The right turnaround at the right time to take out the Montaigne, and two very good kills. I must point out, I guess the only reason Smoke was not able to get the kill on Monty, because at that particular moment, when the plant went down, Monty's shield came back in front and protected the killing shot. And I guess that had almost changed. That was the one, I guess, that changed the round. Because if the Monty had been taken out, the diffuser was far into sight for attackers to have the retake at that point. So claps are all around for Myschief for the opening win. And we're on to round 2. And this is probably this is back again in Aviator. There seems to be one change made over here. Goyo being replaced by the Clash. I guess the Clash here is focused more on both the entry to slow down the Monty further, or the 90 hallway. We'll have to see where they want to bring in the Clash. It's difficult replacing two shields with the Clash, but then Clash has her own set of utility. So we'll have to see how Messiah and KL11 make good use of the Clash.
Yeah, I can see Clash being actually used to hold down Study, because which is where I believe we are going to be seeing Messiah playing him, because they gave up Study in the first 30 seconds of the round near uncontested. They were able to open up the Habana hole in the vault, and they were able to deny any rotates coming in from vault there. And with all of that, I mean, there wasn't a whole ton KL11 could do. I mean, as soon as they gave up that control and they got the initial picks that they wanted, we saw Shibe Nuts and Rage just almost, and Shibe Nuts getting the first kill onto Myschief right now. No hero's going to be able to come in from him this time around, and as I say that, Rage is actually going to be downed, and he's going to be down, but not out. But as I say that, Spectify also going to be down. That's the hard breach off, and that is one that you do not want to lose, as Kyoshi's able to take out Ironside. And Smoke getting maybe a little bit aggressive, trying to get that kill. I believe they know the down is out there. But as I was going to say before, Clash being able to hold off Study, and as soon as they had gotten that control of Study, it made the push from Master Bedroom a lot easier, because it forced those deep roamers to go back to site and make that push for the likes of Myschief that much easier. And Spectify able to get bot. It is going to be a 5v2 situation, and it's going to be left onto the likes of Messiah and Skullx. They're going to be just pushed into vault right now. Messiah's going to be pushed into vault, not having a whole ton, as Messiah's going to be engaging Vexion right now, not able to win out that gunfight as Vexion gets the headshot onto Messiah, and it's all going to be left from Skullx from below. He wasn't able to deny the plant with the C4, a little bit late coming up there. He's going to try and contest on red stairs, but Vexion's able to close it out. That is a flawless round for the attack. Myschief looking absolutely amazing right now.
that was very well done. The clash not really working out in their favor, but they did get two downs, DBNO states early on in the round, but the Monty here did a good job. Kyoshi getting that kill by protecting the Hibana, which who eventually went on to get the next kill onto, I believe that was bot again. No, sorry, that was Mischief. Whatever. Point noted. That's bygones. Basically, the Monty working out well for the first two rounds. Myschief is looking strong. They seem to be well coordinated. Not exactly, they know exactly when to stop their aggression and go for the methodical push and vice versa. So it's good. It's good to see Mischief adapting to the past games that they've played. I can see why they made it this far. So moving on to the third round, the first two defenses,
Attackers need to
KL11
locate
not
and
holding them
defuse
all.
the
They've
bomb.
made a change of site. They've gone to trophy and statue. Some roster changes from before. They're bringing in the Legion, as mentioned, and the Kaid. So I can see the Kaid making sense here. The Legion is good to hold off the Astro stairs and the bathroom push. So he's probably the major weakness of Monty. So it took them 2 rounds to realize, but finally they've caught on that the Legion might be a good solution at this stage.
Yeah, and the primary counter really to Monting is the smoke, but we haven't been able to see
10 seconds
smoke
insertion.
actually. We haven't been able to see the smoke actually.
5 seconds to go.
Ooh, tough luck right there on that Kaid charge or that electric law. But Smoke has been able to actually counter Montang at all. We've been seeing Smoke get a little bit aggressive, throwing gas canisters down, throwing multiple down at the same time, and that and without having that
Loading new magazine.
that Smoke be able to clear out that Montang, it allows for the attackers to really have that post plant presence up. That is an absolute nightmare to deal with. And we've been able to see Kiyoshi really frag out on that Montang as well. Nevertheless, we are going to be moving into this round. It looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit more of a traditional attack. Two players trying to get study side control and work their way over. As I say that, Shibe Nuts with the opening kill yet again onto Skullx. And I don't know where the gunfight came in, but Ironside going to be left at about 50 HP as it looks like the attackers are already going to be in bathroom and already
Bomb
going to
located
have
by attackers.
east side control, as Bot is going to be taken off by Shibe Nuts as Shibe just rotates all the way in. They're going to have statuary control. Shibe going to be taking out Ironside as they're just going to be going right onto site right now. Vexion taking out Myschief and Shibe Nuts getting the triple on the round, taking Messiah off the board, and that is going to be it. And that is going to be the attack winning yet again from the likes of Myschief. 3-0. What a absolutely dominant attacking side that we have seen so far from the likes of Myschief. They took east side control, and they took control of study very early on in the round. Shibe Nuts getting 2 kills, clearing out Skullx, playing over by study, and then rotating up to the top of red, clearing out Bot playing in statuary, and leaving it to a 5v3. And as soon as they did that, the attack just collapsed on the defense, not giving them any time to reposition themselves, not giving them any time to get comfortable. And I just gotta say, Myschief absolutely killing it right now. On the likes of the
Attackers
attack,
need to locate and defuse
and
bombs.
they just seem so fluid on the attacks. And the defensive setups have been very well from the likes of KL11, but nevertheless, it just seems that right now, Myschief has come up with the answers for all of these defensive setups, and their aggression, playing on a lot of that intel, using the IQ to sniff out a lot of that intel, sniff out where a lot of the players are playing, and be able to get a few pre-fires. I believe that they found Skullx playing on his camera that last
10
time
seconds
around.
left.
It's
Going out. 5 seconds left.
I gotta say the defenders they
Attackers must
have to be
locate
able to
and
get a
defuse
little
the
bit
bomb.
of early round aggression if they want to win this game, because We've been seeing Myschief get their opening kill these past 2 rounds. They've been playing at that man advantage. Those opening kills are not traded, and um, it isn't playing out very well for the likes of KL11. We will be moving this round, and it is going to be a very similar take coming in right now. They are going to be going back to their primary bomb site of Aviator Games. They haven't been able to win the bomb site as of yet, as they are going to be clearing out. My apologies, my discs, and that shield's going to be gone in the first minute of the round,
Bomb
as they're
located
just
by
going to
attackers.
move right now the Montang into study, and it looks like Shibe Nuts has almost complete control of the north side. But as I say that, Vexion's going to be going down on 90, but Masai is going to be downed on site as Rage is going to move in and take out Skullx. Kyoshi's going to take out Messiah, Spectify on bot, and what looked like a good first pick out from Vexion is immediately traded out to 3 more picks from the likes of Myschief, as Shibe Nuts is able to clear out Iron Side. It's all going to be left on to Myschief, but Kiyoshi on that Montang is able to get his second kill of the round and make it a 4-0 for the attack. What a fast but very impactful round coming in there from Myschief.
Very dominant we're seeing here. And point to be noted, in the third round, Shibe Nuts actually got a 4K. That's 2 kills at the start, 1 and the 5th, and the 4th and the 5th kill. So he's really dominating. As Twitch chat says currently, Shibe Nuts carrying Pog. That's correct, perfectly said. And we're also seeing Shibe currently running the 1.5 with the angled on the 5.52. So the return of the 5.52, which is really good. It was a dominant gun for a long time, and right now it has all the factors that favor a traditional entry fragging IQ. And while we're at it, unfortunately, we have to get a rehost. So I guess we should be back really soon with this rehost. We're having some ping issues. For those not informed yet, Ubisoft recently moved servers, and that's causing a little ping issues here and there. Pretty normal when some things happen. So please stay tuned. We will be joining you back very soon.
Interstellar night space.
All right, and welcome back, everybody. Quick rehost coming in here. Not quite sure what for, but they have used. I believe it was Myschief that had called the first rehost, and we're going to be coming back to. Or my apologies, KL11 with the rehost, but we are going to be coming back to the dominant performance we have seen from the likes of Myschief. Absolutely dominant on attacks so far. Uh, other than their first attack, they've had at least 4 attackers live for almost every single one of these, and uh, Shibe Nuts has been going absolutely ham right now, um, and we're seeing, and this is something I really like about the Myschief roster. As a caster, supposed to stay a little bit more impartial, but um, the the Myschief roster is a team setup of almost entirely flex players, minus the likes of Rage and I believe not even
Attackers
Vexion.
need to locate and
Rage is
defuse
the
the
only one
bomb.
that plays that that almost exclusive Astral. We have seen him take the sledge a few times, but the entire roster is able to frag out when they need to, but they're also able to play a lot of different flex operators, as we are going to be seeing the Ying brought today, and that is a really good 6-pick operator, because we will not be seeing a warding come in from the likes of KL11, which is going to make it
10 seconds remaining.
really could make things a little bit more interesting, as they won't have that warden to directly counter that Ying, and because Ying does have those smoke grenades, she can easily plan it out, and we have seen Vexion be an absolute beast today. I mean, a really talented gunner in of himself as one of the entry fraggers, but he picking that Ying role, I'm expecting to see a pretty interesting strat coming in, at least from the likes of Vexion. But we are going to be moving on to a kitchen defense, and I really like the idea of this kitchen defense, but as I am talking right now, Rage able to go in and get Messiah, and he's going to have the opening kill. Lesion off very early. Great pick, because Lesion gets a lot more powerful as it goes on, but he's going to be traded out there by the likes of Ironside playing in the basement. But as I say that, Bot is also going to be taken out, and Vexion's going to be taken out very early as well. The Ying not playing out really into the favor of Myschief. But they are going to be trying to move into this dining room plant as they push in very slowly from what looks like laundry. And as the plant goes down, they are going to bait out the first smoke, but Shibe Nuts taking out Ironside. That's going to be the Jaeger playing off site, and all they have to worry about right now is the smoke and the smoke of the Maestro playing. My apologies, the smoke of the Maestro playing on site, which should be enough to hunker down. KL11 having just enough Plantanal right now to hold off that attack. They are going to have to clear out that smoke if they want the plant to go down. The position of the Maestro is going to be known, as he is going to be loading out some utility, and Vexion is going to get off the plant, try and contest on Tetris, but not able to make anything happen. Is going to be a 1v It's going to be a 1v2 for the Monte, and he's going to have to get a little bit aggressive here as he's trying to contest a shield and Skullx, both of them set up for a crossfire, left on very low HP. But it looks like Skullx also being left on low HP. No more smoke canisters left for that smoke. Able to make anything happen out of it, as the attackers are just going to be getting a little bit more passive. He's almost able to take out the likes of Skullx, but he's going to be traded out very quickly by Myschief. And that is going to be the Defenders' first round.
Yeah, so it was good to see KL11 finally opening their account. This whatever strategy they pulled off this time worked. We did see two new how do I put it, unconventionalities, if that word even exists, from KL11 in the form of the the FMG9 on smoke and the MP5K previously on mute. Rather minor, but it's something that has worked out at least this time. The Ash and Jaeger trade-off pretty early on. Not common. The Ash went in, got the entry frag, and then walked out, and then the Jaeger traded it out. And again, Shiba Nuts coming in later on in the round to make an impact, but it was a good hold. They managed to delay it even with all the smoke canisters drained out with about 1 minute left, without 40 seconds left. Defense was able to KL11 was able to pull it off well. So good to see at the 4-1 mark. KL11 is slowly starting to spring back. We have yet to see if the rehost was the cause for this.
Yeah, I don't think the rehost was necessarily the cause for them falling down a little bit there. I think that the big key was the refrags on defense that time around. They weren't allowing the attack to keep that man advantage for too long. Rage able to get in very quickly and take out, I believe it was Myschief.
5 seconds to go.
No, my apologies. He was able to go in and take out. I believe it was Bot that was playing on the Legion last time, but he was able to get in very quickly, get that frag, but very quickly traded out by Ironside playing the Jaeger basement, and as the frags came in, I mean they had no control other than Laundry. And at that point, having no vertical play, having that very strict horizontal push, I mean, unless you're winning out your gunfights, there isn't a whole ton you can do. And even though it was left to a 2v3 left on site, they had the Plantanol from the Maestro and Smoke, able to delay the push enough, left it in a 2v2 situation, and as soon as it was left all on to Kiyoshi on that Montang, they weren't able to make anything happen out of it. But nevertheless, we are going to be going back to an Aviator. Defense. Vexion left on a little bit of health as some early round aggression on the main door came in, and a C4 is going to come out from Bot. Not able to make anything happen, but Rage able to take out Messiah and Kiyoshi able to take out Ironside. Two very quick early picks coming in. Bot able to trade out for Rage, but Kiyoshi able to get a little bit aggressive on that Montang. He's going to get some site control, as Shiba Nuts is able to down Skullx, and Kiyoshi's able to clean it up, taking out Myschief, and that is going to be a fifth round run. My apologies from the likes of Myschief, as they had a dominant 5-1 first half on a very defender-sided Villa, doing very, very well so far in this game.
So this Monty is really interesting. It was very well played. The Monty was never left alone. There's always at least one person going in with the Monty. I would say it's a textbook Monty strat, which not many people do anymore. They try their own mischiefs with Monty, but clearly for this Myschief, the textbook Monty strat of accompanying him, periodically clearing out one place, going out, and it's working so well that Monty was able to find himself inside in just 1 minute. So just little over a minute. We did see the Maverick getting some early picks, not the Maverick. Getting some early picks onto defense. The Ash was traded off early on, but it didn't impact much because by then the site was almost already in favor of the attack. So it was very well done. 5-1 split. At the midway split, we have 5-1 in favor of Myschief. So we'll have to see how KL11 goes on attack. We just lost a man. F in chat for Ironside. But don't worry, I guess he'll be back really soon. Apparently the game has crashed, so I guess now we are left in a 4v5 because as per the rehost rules, you can only rehost you can only get a rehost if you're in the prep phase, but this guy's left just when the round started. So we are going to see the first round in a 4v5 with KL11 at disadvantage, but we'll have to see if they have any contingency plans. Starting off the defense mid-round, we have Myschief going into Aviator. As always, Aviator the preferred site for Villa. And looking at the strategy, we do have an alibi in play. The Legion, not shocking. You do have Legion who's good to hold off the 90 hallway, especially now with the 1.5. He can engage long angles without any trouble. The alibi being brought here, that itself is a rather unusual pick. with the ACS-12. So the ACS-12 now has the 2.5, I believe. It has a zoom scope on it, which it's got a good amount of destruction and at the same time. But bringing that on the alibi is new. So we'll have to see how this works out. The dock on the Shiba Nuts and alibi on Rage. This would be interesting to see. Already an attempt at an aggressive run out with the 1.5 correction. And we have the first kill of KL11 equalizing the score into a 4v4. And this first kill came in what? The bedrooms? Yes, the bedrooms. Already in a 4v4, 2 minutes 13 seconds. This looks doable for KL.
Yeah, and it seems like they're gaining control as they want it. They're going to be able to block off those astronomy stairs. And that early pick on Vexion, I believe, was a little bit more to the likes of some early aggression from them. But as we're talking, Shiba Nuts is going to come off as Myschief is able to pick him off. 2 kills are already for Myschief as he was able to equalize this out, and now they're going to be left at a man advantage. An interesting attacking setup right now, but we are going to be seeing a potential flank coming in here from Spectify. As he is going to rotate off main stairs as the push is coming over from entirely coming over right now from study side. But as they're getting that 90 control, they're going to rotate Messiah over as they should over to study and try and open up that angle into vault. And then as soon as they do so, they should be able to actually get that plant down in default. But it looks like the attack getting that early aggression, but really getting maybe a little bit more passive now as all the defenders are playing on the south side. Nobody playing in vault. But I don't see any my apologies. I do see Skullx droning out 90, seeing where he can push from, as they are going to be trying to open up maybe a little bit from below. The rounds stalling out a little bit, that early aggression being met with a little bit more passive play coming in from the attack right now, as they are going to be opening up some of those angles. They're going to be opening up some of those angles on attack, but it looks like they're going to be setting up for that execute right now as the smoke goes down. 12 seconds left on the board as Myschief just rolls right in, takes out Kiyoshi, takes out Rage. He needs one more kill for the ace, but he's not going to be able to get it. Messiah takes out Spectify, and that is going to be a flawless round by the attack, even down a man. Very, very wonderfully done, and a nice little upside down angle to close this out. 5-2 from the likes of Myschief, but KL11 potentially being able to make some comeback happen right now on attack.
Yeah, so it was good to see the typical methodical take of KL11 here, clearing out one by one. So went from bedroom, clear. Went to the stairs, gridlock it, prevent any late round flanks, clear. Basically, with the 2 kills getting early on from Myschief getting a good 4K towards the end of the round. Getting these 2 kills early on pushes everybody back into side. Easier to kill a bunch of birds rather than take them out one by one from all around the forest. So that was a good strategy that we saw. Methodical and then eventually pushing it for the plant. I must say some of the angles that Myschief was able to maintain from the aviator to the entrance from the hallway. So that was a good one. Hard to contest, but eventually it worked out because my bad. KL11 calculated the strategy very well. So I guess they're springing back slowly with 7 rounds done. It's 5-2. Myschief still having a decisive lead. Ironside back in the game, but we'll have to see if KL11 has learned from their past mistakes and can pull back. Moving into the next round, we are going back into an aviator defense. The same strategy as before, but Ironside bringing the Zofia. We don't know Ironside to be a good entry fragger. We might see some pairing of Myschief and Ironside. Previously, in Ironside's absence, we saw Gridlock of Bot accompany Ash, basically as a refragger and somebody to watch his flank. So this time I guess we might see Ironside doing that. Or he could go about with a separate route and go on a solo frag. So again, interesting to see how this works out.
Yeah, and I do kind of want to point out right now that a lot of that last round came down to some very early aggression from the likes of Myschief, not able to make anything happen out of it. But as I say that, Vexion bringing it bringing us back to maybe a rehash of the last round, taking out Ironside very early on. And that's going to be the diffuser down, but without points on, they won't know that the diffuser's down out there. But he's able to get some very early aggression and give the defenders a little bit of give the defenders a little bit of breathing room to begin with. But as I say that, it looks like Myschief trying to contest Vexian from Astro's stairs, not able to flash him out as he might have brought breach charges. And as I say that, Vexian's able to clear that up. At some point there, Rage was taken out, I believe, by I believe Rage was taken out by Myschief, but nevertheless, it is going to be a 4v2. My apologies, 4v1. Vexian able to take out Messiah, Bot able to take out Vexian, trade out his teammate, but Kiyoshi able to clean that up, and everything happening as fast as it can. That is going to be another round one there by Myschief. It's going to be match point.
I can just go on. I understand.
As I was saying before, and I'll let you get to it. That first defensive round was really lost because of some early round aggression from Myschief, and they weren't able to make anything happen out of the early round aggression. The early round aggression was met with 2 very early round deaths, leaving it to a 4v3. This time around, I believe it was Vexian that was able to find his initial kill onto Ironside, and then he wasn't able to get refragged. They tried to push up Astro's stairs right there, but the breach, maybe it was the breaching charges coming out instead of those flash grenades, but they weren't able to trade it out. Vexian was able to get the kill onto, I believe it was Myschief playing the Ashe on those Astro stairs, and made it very, very challenging there for the attack. A lot of that bloodbath happening over on that north side of the map, but again, we're going to be left on match point, and my apologies for cutting you off there. What were you saying?
No issues. I guess I was just going to highlight what I expected the chat to go off saying, why do I have breaches on Ashe? And everybody's just either screaming at him or just laughing off at what happened. But I do think that that engagement was lost by Myschief, I guess, not because he had the breaches, but instead of the flashes, because I don't think the flashes would have helped him either, because Myschief did have a refrag onto that stairs. You know, in case of as a contingency plan, I guess he whiffed those shots towards the end. He did not expect Legion to suddenly come in his sights. Oh yes, I have not seen that Nitro Cell kill in a long time. So this is good stuff we're seeing here. That was a for those who didn't follow, that was a run out from the closet on 2F all the way onto the fountain spawn, and that was a kill onto gridlock. So he's lost some. So right now KL11 lost flank control, good free armor with a good gun, and are now put in a 4v5 at 6-2 mark. Is it going to be a 4v4? We'll have to see. That's Ashe going on here, but that was a very ambitious and a well done kill. Oh, there's misdirection going on here. This is exciting to see. I guess the Ashe has to take a detour because I think the Legion is now outside his engagement. So for that 1 minute, Legion doing a good job of delaying it, but he eventually falls. Ashe gets the Ashe of Myschief, gets a kill onto Vexicon. Ironside gets his kill onto Shiva. Ironside redeeming himself for the previous 2 rounds not being in play. So isn't a 4v3 temporary disadvantage, I would say, advantage in favor of KL11. But the clock's ticking down. Legion did do a good job in delaying the Ashe of Myschief well there. But still, props to Rage for the beautiful C4 kill.
Players are pushing into bathroom right now. They're going to be met with that shield. As one goes down, that's going to be bought off the board. And a lot of early round aggression again from the likes of Myschief. But they seem to just over peak angles. If they're able to just delay rather than go for that pick, I think that their roams would be maybe a little bit more successful. But the push being halted right now, as they seem to have that astronomy down and master bedroom down from that shield, as we are going to be seeing Ironside using that Montang to get a peek in. As we see Spectify get maybe a little bit aggressive, but no, Ironside able to clean that up. It's all going to be left on to Rage but he's not able to get the wall.
Located by attackers.
He's not able to get the wall. It's still electrified, but nevertheless, he's able to rotate now into statuary as the plant is going to be going down. Rage playing off site, not knowing where that plant is going down and not able to C4 it from below as his C4 was used in the first few seconds of the round. And it's going to be a post-plant situation, a 1v3 for Rage. Not an impossible 1v3 as most of the attackers have fairly low HP as he has a lot. As Rage gets his first kill onto Myschief, he needs to be able to clear out that Monting if he wants to make something happen. Looking currently right now for Ironside, I'm not quite sure where Ironside is playing. I believe they are playing some Ring Around the Rosie as he is rotating back into bathroom. He's able to find the likes of Ironside. All he needs to do is take out that Monting, but I don't think he's going to have enough time as there's 8 seconds left. This is going to be a round 1 for the attack, but nevertheless, very able to get potentially that 4K. No, not able to get the nice little stat pad kill. In the end there, the attack able to win that out, and that is going to be a third round 1 for KL11. Very well done.
So that was a good attempt by Myschief. I did really hope that the round would go in their favor because of the beautiful C4 kill at the start, but Ironside doing a good job playing the Fragmite. You can see the 1.5 really working out pretty good. Okay, I'm over-glorifying the 1.5 too much. Excuse me for that. I just love it a lot. So regardless, not taking anything away from him, he did a good job. KL11's still slowly clawing their way back. They're still at the brink of losing the first game, but they're doing good. They're bringing in the Monty this time, and the Monty is also helping them out well in their slower takes. And while we're at it, we see the 6-pick being used by Kyoshi, who was the Monty for Myschief, going from Jaeger to Oryx. So this is interesting. So we might either see it for rotations or they just want to do a flat-out Monty count. And moving on to the statue site, the same site as before, which was almost won by Myschief but didn't work. So, and we also have another unconventional pick, the Cav being brought here. So I guess they're looking for some late round flanks by Vexion. So this is probably a Streamline minor league first because we haven't seen Cav being played here. We don't generally see Cav being played at higher ranks at all, unless you're looking for a specific strategy or something. But this Cav is looking for a sneaky kind of late flank. So that'll be good to see if there's anybody from KL11 going for a solo push and ends up crossing paths with the Cav.
I might actually lose my mind if we were able to see an interrogation come off here. Myschief is playing a little bit this is my favorite thing about the APAC region is they're playing very off meta, but it is working. I don't know if it's the fact that it's just the aggression coming out, but it looks like this Cav pick might actually come up to some fruition as Myschief is coming for, I believe, a solo push into basement. Nope, he is going to rotate. He is going to rotate around, and it looks like he is going to be trying to cut off from those kitchen stairs. But if he does if they do have anybody go for that solo push downstairs, which it looks like they will not, we could potentially see Vexion, who is a very talented fragger, be able to get a potential, my apologies, interrogation off. You don't really have to talk about interrogations too much in casting, as I think it's the only second time I have seen in my my casting and analyst days a Cav being brought. But likewise, we are going to be seeing a very similar attack come in. Shibe Nuts with a wonderful C4, able to take out Messiah. That is your Montang, a very pivotal attacker in whatever push you want to get out here. As the defenders are really playing from below, we still have Kyoshi my apologies, we still have Rage with that C4 from below. And he should be able to prevent any push coming in there from the basement, and it looks like Bot able to take out Spectify with a wonderfully placed grenade as they cleared out all that utility there, and that is going to open up a lot for the attackers if they want to get control of Master Bedroom. But they aren't going to have any vertical control. As I say that, Shibe Nuts is able to get a nice little headshot onto Skull X there, as those are your two primary support operators off the board very, very quick. It is going to be almost all the attackers pushing in from that master bedroom and bathroom side. Probably not the best not the best choice, as Ironside is going to be downed by, I believe that was Shibe Nuts, as they are going to try to make something happen. Bot able to clear out Vexion, but Rage able to clear up Ironside. As Shibe Nuts goes in, takes out Bot, takes out Myschief, and that is going to be the round 1 and first map 1 by Myschief. A 7-3 victory, and what looked like a potential comeback coming in there from the likes of KL11. It just wasn't. A 5-1 hole is a really hard one to dig yourself out of, as we have seen the powerful, powerful attacking style of Myschief. A lot of early round aggression. Myschief on KL11, not to mind you, able to go 9-4 after that rehost, but still not enough to bring the team out there. And we will be moving on to our second match, Cafe, which I think can be a complete toss-up as to who can take that out, but very, very wonderfully done there from Myschief.
Yeah, indeed. I must say, Shibe getting the 4K in the last round was very, very good. I have to say, this guy is looking like the APAC, the budget APAC citizen, because we also know Citizen being famous for the IQ on the 552 and the Valkyrie. So, and he's doing well. He's being an entry fragger. He's getting those impact frags. So very well done. Claps to Myschief for a good round, for a good win. KL11 were actually looking pretty strong towards the end, but Myschief is very good at this. Is my mistake. Looks to be very good at deciphering the strategies, having their contingencies towards the end. And they capitalize on any sort of minor mistake that KL11 seems to be doing. So this will go well in seeing who would win Cafe, because Cafe is what's going to decide whether Myschief takes it in a 2-0 sweep or goes to the third round. So it'll be interesting to see. I started out saying KL11 would be victorious. I still have a sliver of hope that they'll get it through, but Myschief is looking very, very strong.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Citizen meme right now the fact that he doesn't run the 552 and he doesn't run the G8A1, he runs the AUG with the suppressor?
Oh yeah, correct, yes. He's experimenting with the AUG.
I'm pretty sure that's the meme, because Citizen's so good. The joke is Citizen's so good he needs to nerf himself. And bringing the AUG, which is arguably the worst weapon to bring on the likes of IQ. I really personally like bringing that 552 Commando, especially with the 1.5 times scope and an angled grip. Very powerful weapon. But we will be going to a short break, waiting for the second match to start. I think Cafe could be is completely up in the air. I mean, we've seen KL11 be dominant on here, but then again, Myschief's attacks are very hard to stop. So we will be coming back to you guys very shortly with this second map and potential decider for Myschief moving into the finals, or potential for KL11 to equalize it out. Stay tuned.
Interstellar night space, no one else sees. In the underground, we're living low key. Can give you peace here in your mind. And as I found no place in the dead of night to come alive. ricochet. I see the sparks you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but don't think that I can.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. We're going to be moving on to our second map right now. It's going to be Cafe Dostoevsky, and a really exciting map to see. We saw Myschief absolutely dominate that first game, going 5-1 on the attacker side on Villa, which is an impressive feat in of itself, especially with how defender sided. I mean, I don't like talking a lot about the defender sidedness maps, but how defender sided Villa is. But we will be seeing them start out on defense this time around, and we are going to be seeing the likes of KL11 on attack. Maybe KL11 making something happen on the attack this time around. We were able to see them take 2 rounds on the attack last time, but not able to make apologies that comeback happen. But we are going to be moving into our round in Forge. Are you excited to see what we have coming up here?
From Cafe, yes, definitely. Cafe is a good map. I do love watching some good Cafe games. There's a lot for me to learn, I would say, from a Cafe game, because you would have to really invest, because utility investment from defense's side is moderately high, but the response from attack, because as we know, attack brings anything and everything in response to defense's roster. So the response from attack is also has to be really high, and that's something that I can learn from. And Mischief really does hate Blackbeard. I must say that because that's the second time they've banned Blackbeard. I hate him as well, so that's good to see Blackbeard out of the equation. But I do think that's not the best ban for Cafe, because you don't really have too many windows here from which you would hang or get that Blackbeard, typical Blackbeard advantage of blocking headshots and gaining an extra life. Blitz is an interesting ban. I'm going to take a step back. Bond, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Blitz ban coming in right now is I mean, I don't want to say much, but it's like a ranked 2.0 ban phase coming up right now. I don't on a competitive scene. I mean, I could understand a Blackbeard like target ban, but I don't see the reason why Blackbeard comes off, and especially Blitz. I mean, we saw how dominant Kyoshi was on that Montang that last time around, but Clash ban makes a little bit more sense. But even then, Clash not as strong on Cafe as she is on Villa. And the last ban coming in for Myschief is going to be the Mira. Mira, a little bit more understandable. She's a little bit stronger on this map, but those 2 attacker bans are very I'd say very trivial for a lack of better words. I mean, uh Blitz, potentially that ban coming in from Blitz was to stop any sort of rush strategy come in. Maybe they've been looking at VODs, or maybe they've been scrimming them and see something that we don't see, but typically not the ban we would see come in. They're leaving both the likes of that, my apologies, that Thatcher, and also the Capital on the board. And on the defensive side, leaving Wamai up. Wamai is a pretty safe ban on this map, especially when helping defend Bar, because he's able to hold Pixel very well.
Attackers need to
And
locate and
Pixel is
defuse
one of
as
those
many
pivotal
bombs as they
positions that
can.
you have to clear out if you want to try and take any control of Piano. And if you don't get control of Piano, it makes it very, very challenging to actually get the plant down and to actually win this site out. Likewise, we are going to be seeing him play in that exact position here. And we are going to be seeing this extended freezer shield. That's able to prevent a push in, and it has 2 players holding off the likes of that cigar side. That's that west side hold, as people
5 seconds left.
typically do talk about it. But yeah, again, with that ban
Attackers'
phase,
objective is to locate a bomb and
I can't really tell you a whole ton why we are going to be seeing the bans as they come in. But nevertheless, we are going to be moving on to the round as Shibe seems to be looking for a kill right now. Not able to see anything. Again, that early round aggression that we keep on seeing from the defense of Myschief, trying to get an early pick to equalize themselves out and or my apologies, not to equalize them out, but to give them some sort of an advantage. But nevertheless, Messiah, the Montane getting the opening pick onto Vexion, very well done from him. And that's going to be one of your primary roamers in Vexion on the Jaeger, taken out very early. Not looking well so far, but we have seen Myschief win out. We have seen Myschief win out a little bit worse situations than this.
Yeah, it's just interesting to see this. I guess it was. Ooh. The lack of recharges has pushed Thermite onto opening the hatch with the exothermic charge. This is. I'm not sure. Paul, I'm not sure if you've seen that promo of. Oh wait, Capital Skillex gets the kill on Spectre, but we're going to focus on this. I'm not sure if you've seen the video once that was released by Ubisoft of Thermite hard breaching into border fountain, I guess, with the shotgun using his exothermic on the barricade. But this is exactly like that. This is the start to something very unconventional. I can see that these guys want to have a lot of fun at the same time get the win, because who wouldn't want to win this? So this looks like an all-out rush. They've gone and dropped the hatch, and our story starting to push towards side. Myschief Rage on the smoke getting the kill. It's a 4v3. Anybody's game. 54 seconds. Remember, Cafe is a defender-sided round. So while we're at it, they're starting to make a slow push towards. KL11 starting to make a slow push towards side.
I feel like we just need to pause the game real quick and talk about using a thermite charge on an outside hatch, especially when they still had Myschief with the with his charges. I don't know if he was nearby, but a very curious decision right there. As we were talking right now, Rage is able to take out. He's able to take out two. He's able to get one there. Everything happening so fast. It is still the morning for me over here, but they are able to very quickly clear up that round. Rage with a triple kill there, able to take out the likes of that Thermite and Messiah on the Montang. They dropped the hatch, but didn't have the control that they wanted. It took trades going into clearing out Pixel, but they were really stuck on that west side hold, not able to get any. Not able to gain any ground, and very quickly traded out by the likes of the Myschief right now. That is going to be a first defender win for them. But I am so sorry. I'm still caught up on, as a Thermite main myself, watching watching a Thermite charge being used on an unreinforced hatch. That is just, honestly, that is APAC at its finest. And IQ forgetting, I believe they had forgot to bring some of that soft breach capability there, but nevertheless, very well done by Myschief. KL11 getting a very early pick onto Vexion, trying to get that man advantage, but Messiah on the Montang able to clear out the Jaeger. Not a gunfight you'd see going in the likes of Montang, but nevertheless able to make that happen. But and we were able to see Spectify get taken out, but Rage having an absolute monster of a round there, able to get a 4K and get that 4K potentially with the with everybody in just shock and awe from that Thermite play right there. We are going to be seeing a run out come here from Ella. Not quite sure how legal that run out is in competitive rules. Nevertheless, not able to make anything happen out of it. And then we are going to be seeing more of a kitchen defense this time around, and a lot of early round aggression from Myschief. Sometimes that early round aggression is able to work out in their favor, but other times we have been able to see it kind of falter apart if they're not able to get that Montang off the board early on. I don't know if they're going to make anything happen out of it. But they're going to be bringing that Ella a direct counter to the Montang, able to take out a little bit of his health. And they are going to be holding down this bakery from... They are going to be holding down this bakery from behind the bakery bar. And from that, the likes of that shield there. As the flash grenades go in, they're trying as hard as they can to clear out Vexian right here. As they're committing 3 people to it. Bot on the Thatcher, able to take out Vexian very early on. And now they should be able to very freely move into bakery, but no, Messiah is going to be taken out by Shibe Nuts, going absolutely nuts as his name entails a triple kill coming in, quad kill coming in. He just needs one more to find the ace. What looked like a very easy push coming in there from the likes of KL11, very quickly equalized out from Ironside as he is able to get a very quick 4 kill. Starting out with the Montang of all operators, and the ace coming out there from Shibe Nuts. It was the kill cycle there from the likes of the bakery door, and he is able to win that round out for Myschief. The ace from the man Shibe Nuts himself. Second round won by the defense.
That was very well played, Shibe, as always, showing that he is the fragger of the team. Point to be noted here, unlike usually, I guess, giving it a little bit of thought, giving both the Blackbeard and Blitzbands a little bit of thought, I think they did it purely to force both the Monty and the Thatcher into play, because the Thatcher then suddenly makes the take a lot easier, and then they can mess around with the rest of the loadout. You're no longer confined to bringing an excessive amount of explosives. Even though there are shields on defense, you can clear out the ADSs pretty easily. So I guess I'm assuming that was a thought process, at least for the first 2 rounds. But now we are moving on to the 3rd round, where we do see a Twitch coming into play. So this, I guess, they would want to spend some time, get the intel, as well as have some utility removal over here. So again, Twitch is not somebody you would see often, but she does pack a bit of utility, provided you are good in saving your drones. Because that's always the weakness. That's one of the weaknesses here, and you can see a direct counter in the form of Mozzie. So it would be interesting to see Bot, who we know to be a pretty decent fragger, using the F2 and the Twitch drones to his advantage to hopefully clear out the utility and push in further.
10 seconds remaining.
Very, very, very much so, but it looks like he has lost already one of his Twitch drones, so
I spoke too soon.
potentially not a lot of utility coming in there. I mean, yeah, I really do like the Twitch pick with the F2, especially at the 1.5, but I don't know how much utility she really does bring to the board. I don't think he realized he lost his drone. Always the worst feeling as a Twitch player. When you go to use your nicely hidden Twitch drone, just to find out that it has been taken out. A lot of early round aggression yet again from the likes of Myschief, as they aren't even letting KL11 in the building before coming up with a few gunfights. As we are just going to be seeing Vexian patiently waiting right here, as 3 players are going to be playing down there. A well-timed C4 could actually net a triple, but no, he is just going to oh, looks like they aren't going to let Ironside use his thermite charge for that hatch this time around, as they open it up, trying to find a kill, but not even able to find potentially just a little bit of health, as Messiah is able to pop down that hatch as the Montang. And the attack going for this top floor room clear. We are going to be seeing, apologies, we are going to be seeing a library meeting defense this time around, and it looks like it's 1:30 left into the round. Not a lot happening so far, not a lot of gunfights. Being able to see one C4 come out and Bot lose a little bit of health with the likes of Myschief, but nothing really able to happen from either of those, as Messiah is pushing in, trying to gain some early round aggression, and Bot able to get the first kill onto Vexian, and one person holding that skylight, but very quickly traded out. A wonderful shot by Shibe Nuts, but SkullX able to shut him down before he can go nuts yet again. What a great little pixel angle, but that leaves the diffuser on the ceiling. as the attackers are currently in the building, and Rage escaping very narrowly with his life as he's going to be engaging that Montang. I do love this, I do gotta say, I do love that Ronin with the 1.5 scope, but nevertheless, we are gonna be seeing a bar hold Skullx, a nice little pick onto Kiyoshi, as it looks like Rage might be meeting Zen soon. No, he's able to get one kill onto the Nomad, but very quickly traded out by Bot, and it's all going to be left on to Spectify. But the problem being, the diffuser's, oh, my apologies, Bot was able to go out and collect that diffuser, so they are going to be able to go down here for this execute, but very quickly taken out by Spectify. A nice little headshot there onto Bot. It's going to be a 1v1 on the Montang of Messiah. We have been able to see him make something happen out of this, but I don't know if he is going to get this diffuser down. Spectify, all you have to do is find him on the plant. One little tap coming in right there, and that is going to be a third round won by the defense. Very wonderfully done.
So this was heavily in favor of attack. We were seeing that to be in favor of attack at least towards the end, but Spectify's perfect positioning, bringing it back into the favor of Myschief. That was Myschief, right? Yes, that was Myschief. So at the 3-1 stage, this was I guess their defense has won 3F and 2F at the moment. So they're going back to 3F now at the 3-round rotation. The Twitch here was not all that influential, unfortunately. I was expecting it to be a lot more influential, but it didn't really work out. This would be a better option right now to go back to Thatcher, unless KL11 has something in mind for themselves.
Yeah. I really gotta say, I don't like the Twitch pick.
Attackers need to locate and
I mean, okay, to talk a little bit, I'll go into freaking analyst mode right now.
Yes.
Twitch is a really good pick when you are dealing with a utility dump playstyle, when you're trying to clear out either ADSs or you're trying to clear out some utility and don't want to necessarily burn any flashes. One of the maps that can be seen on is when you're trying to clear out yellow stairs on Consulate. However, on this map here, I don't agree with the Twitch being brought over either brought over an Ash or brought over a Sledge. Having some soft breach capability is something you really do need, especially on this map, because you have to get some vertical control. Opting to go for a very niche pick rather than to get some soft breach and vertical play capabilities, I don't think it really plays out in the attacker's favor. But Vexion very early picked off yet again. We haven't been able to see the likes of Vexion show up in this game so far, as he is still 0-4. Shibe Nuts controlling the show yet again, same as the last map. And Rage having a very good game as well. Looks like Shibe Nuts is going to be committing to trying to get some potentially a run out, potentially an outside pick, as he does have these cameras outside, but not able to make anything happen out of that. But as I was saying, I don't agree with the pick of a Twitch over a IQ or over some secondary or some soft breach capability. Even though the Twitch does have those breaching charges, I don't think they are as beneficial as we would like to see.
No, rightly said actually. Besides the Zofia, we don't actually have any. KL11 doesn't actually have any. How do I put it? Soft destruction and frags. You only have the Zofia, and unfortunately, they'll have to resort to using the exothermic charges on the hatch in soft hatches again, which would be comedic. But wait if it works out. But so far, it hasn't. I think they're doing it again. Oh no, that's the piano one. My mistake. So I guess at 116, you finally have the piano wall being opened up and push happening slowly in. We do have Vexion of Myschief having fallen early on, and they're attempting to take out the shield, because the shield strat on piano is become a staple at the moment. You always have somebody sitting behind the shield holding off the piano entrance, and not taking out that can prove to be very, very, very costly towards the end of the round. So you still have somebody there doing major delays. You have just 48 seconds left. both Maestro cams up, and the entrance to site being perfectly monitored by all of Myschief. So even a man down, this seems to be sizably in the favor of Myschief. So the push slowly coming in, and while you're at it, Shibe Nuts gets the kill, taking some damage, but still alive, and he gets another kill on Messiah. That's two. It's a 3v2. Ooh, almost gets the kill, but loses out to the Ironside. And that's a 3v3, but you have 15 seconds left, KL11. You gotta make things fast. Losing one more in a 3v2 is still in the favor of Myschief. And that's expected by getting the Maestro cam kill. And 2v1, that's still, you still have the Alda up and you still have Castle up. There's absolutely no time. Myschief getting an easy win by just delaying them. It's clearly a 4v0 right now. Myschief sticking to what they did in the previous game, having a decisive advantage going through 4-0. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I gotta say, very well done there by Myschief. Even though they lost Vexion very early on, the attackers stagnated. They didn't go for any. I think that is a very good that's a very good example of why that Twitch pick is not necessarily worth it. They didn't clear out counter at all. They weren't able to clear out the Maestro playing on C3. They weren't able to clear out any of those players playing on the White Stairs side of the map. Like, there's no vertical play coming in. It's all a horizontal push coming in from Piano, and you can't, especially with how well or how talented Myschief is with their gun skill,
Protect your bombs from being defused by
sending all of your players into Piano to try and contest a shield on Pixel is
Attackers have located a bomb.
it's essentially just as I've called it in a few other leagues, a spin cycle of death, not a spin cycle of death, my apologies, a funnel of death, is you're funneling all your players into the same area. And if you're playing against a talented gunner team like Myschief, it doesn't really play out necessarily in your favor. And in that last few seconds around, even though it was a 4v5, they still had Maestro up, they still had the smoke, and there really wasn't anything the attack could have done. Smoke could have denied default push, and he really could have cut off any walkway he wanted to for the last 30 seconds of the round, as he still had all 3 canisters left. So KL11 going to have to switch it up maybe a little bit here on the attack, but they still are going to bring that. That Twitch, as they fall for the bait of the alibi. Bot pushing in right now. The defense playing a little bit more aggressive, extended into bakery and small bakery right now, as the small bakery window is open. And a run out potentially coming in, but the drones come in. They see that it's safe. They are going to place a claymore here, but as they place the claymore, they're going to double up there with a nomad to prevent that push. But it looks like a very early pick coming in right there from Rage and the ACS 12, and Kyoshi kills Myschief. That shotgun with the 1.5 times scope, making something happen out of it, as Bot is able to get his first kill onto Vexion, but Shibe Nuts, being exactly what his name says right here behind this bakery bar, able to get the kill onto Messiah. I feel like Shibe Nuts is the perfect counter to the likes of that Montang, but as I say that, he's able to take up Bot. He's able to take out Bot. It's all going to be left onto Skolex right now, as he's going to be left outside of small bakery. Spectify being down, but the Doc able to pick him up. A run out coming out from Rage, not able to make anything happen out of that. And it looks like the attack, or the defenders, my apology, are just throwing them at Skolex right now. What was an easy 4v1 is now going to be a 2v1. They are going to have Kyoshi and Shibe Nuts, two very talented attackers, but Skolex just needs to pick off 2 right now. 2 quick peeks coming in as he's trying to pick them out of small bakery. We are going to be seeing Shibe Nuts rotate back into the site. It is going to be a 2v1. A small peek coming in. Shibe Nuts with a nice little peek there, living up to his name, playing on bakery, able to make it. I believe that is 6-0 on defense, as we are, my apologies, 5-0 on defense, as we are going to be seeing the last round of this half. But if if the likes of KL11 aren't able to bring it back, I think this could be game coming in, as we are going to be seeing a Frost brought out from the likes of Myschief, man. Forge, I don't know what you guys say about that.
I did notice Vexion doing some crazy stuff in the previous round with the Echo. So my guess is that at this stage he's only playing support and doing the cheerleading at the back. Frost would be a good one for that, by the way. I guess at this stage, if you were to consider, because even the Oryx is an unconventional pick, but Oryx can make some sense. He's doing the rotation holes and
Defenders protect your
maybe
bombs
just
from
getting the
being
hatches,
defused by
playing as a low
attackers.
responsibility fragger. So maybe what Mischief's thought process is that at the four picks that they have of Bandit, Oryx, Vigil, and Ella is sufficient utility to counter whatever attack is bringing. And the fifth one, they're just going for something unconventional, maybe to surprise them. But mind you, Frost does have a shield, so that can come in handy. She has a shield and 3 traps that either burn utility or make attack at least doubt their push for even 1 second. Even for 1 second, if you were to think, is there a frost mat or there is a frost mat, that will just make you either want to invest utility or change your entire attacking push altogether. And even 1 second lost in siege could lead to an entire round shifting in your disadvantage. So it's either unconventional or Vexion is just having fun. But whatever that is, at the moment, Myschief is having a decisive lead. And mind you, Myschief is at 1-0. They did win the previous game, so I guess they can afford to mess around a little bit, and they can afford to do it again. Rage getting a 2-pistol kill on
Attackers have recovered the
Iron's
diffuser.
side and Myschief of K11, but bot quickly gets the kill on Vexion. I hope he did placed on all his traps. This guy's Rage is definitely really good, because getting pixel kills all along, even though that pixel does have a red dot side, it's still it's a pretty good feat. So as you're at it, it's a 4v3 time, vote time, and the numbers are in Mischief's advantage. And let's see if it's smooth sailing for them or not.
Yeah, I really gotta say right now, what a shot! I wish we were able to see that from the likes of Rage. Rage has been able to do a lot this game, but it seems like right now the likes of Myschief just seem to be memeing a little bit. Vexion still dropping that donut, but
Located a bomb.
maybe he wanted to go the maybe he wanted to get that my apologies, maybe he wanted to get that Frost out there so that he could potentially get a pick from the defenders, not seeing them out. But Rage with his 3rd kill of the round so far. A potential second ace coming out here if Rage is able to find a few more. Rage going to be peeking that red hatch as Bot is able to pick off Shibe Nuts, the other crazy player, but Rage playing right below. If he doesn't see him, he could go to an early death, but Bot able to clear that up. That is going to be Rage taken out very early. Or my apologies, not very early, we're 2 minutes into the round, but Rage being taken out. But even though he's taken out, the damage has already been done. A triple kill on the round, 2 very wonderful shots with the like of that pistol, and definitely flexing his aim a little bit right there. I'm really liking what I'm seeing coming from him. But now it's going to be all left on to Skullx on that Nomad, and Bot on the Twitch, as Bot is able to see some feet coming behind Bar, but no, not able to make anything happen. But Skullx able to find Kyoshi. Don't know where Kyoshi was playing, but nevertheless, he's going to be taken out by the likes of Skullx, and it's all going to be left on Spectify playing on site with that Vigil, a very powerful weapon. But I don't know if he's able to make anything happen, as he is going to be watching that door from a nice little angle right there. Skullx being left on low
15
HP.
seconds left.
If he's able to clear out Skullx, he should be able to make anything happen. 10 seconds left in the round. A very quick pick coming in right there onto Skullx, and the second pick coming into Bot. That's going to be the round 1 by Spectify. A clutch up in there in the end, as he picked off both the attackers pushing the same doorway, and that is going to be a 6 round 1 by Myschief. A potential perfect game coming out from their likes of a perfect first half coming in, my apologies, and very, very well done.
That was very good. I must say, all claps on the board for Bot of KL11 bringing it just close to the end. But in the words of Obi-Wan Kenobi, he has the higher Mischief. Vigil had the higher ground. So 10 out of 10 for both teams there. It came really close to the end, but I guess Mischief were able to delay them sufficiently towards the end, where the only option left for KL11 was to just push into sight into one choke point, which was an easy pick for whoever was standing in that round. So 6-0, Mischief is looking very strong. I would say Mischief is looking very strong in the tournament. Pond, I must say at this stage, I really wish Kira had stayed in the tournament. Kira, for those of you who are joining us right now, had left the tournament early on due to some other reasons. I would that's topic for another day. But the point is, look at Mischief at this in this caliber. It would have been really interesting to see Mischief versus Kira to see who actually is a really good team, because we know Kira is a APAC South Pro League team and they're actually very good. They're actually a very good squad. Playing against this Mischief squad, which knows exactly what they're doing, having calculated strategies and contingencies, and even willing to mess around a little bit, still get ahead in the end. It would have been a really competitive game to watch. So post that, we are around 6-0 at the mid game split. Is that a pre-placed C4? Yeah, that's a pre-placed C4 coming in from Myschief of KL11 in the hope to get somebody who jumps down maybe late round in a rush. Myschief looking very strong. They're bringing the same strategy that they brought in on Villa towards the end. The IQ, Shibenots on the IQ, Kyoshi on the Monty. Kyoshi on the Monty was very good. He was playing a frag Monty. And Vexion, opening his account, finally moving in, gets refragged, but he does get the entry kill onto KL11 at just 2 minute 30 seconds mark. So that is good. That's the Goyo out. Goyo has placed his shield, so that's fine. That still does its part. You can always have somebody else come in and take that place. But we have the Mischief slowly moving into their push, and I guess the Jaeger bot has to be pushed back for a second.
Yeah, very well. I mean, a very quick pick coming in there, able to take out the, my apologies, able to take out the Goyle. That's a C4 off, but as I say that, we are going to be seeing Rage push in right now. They're just going to drop Skylight as Shibenots is able to clear out bot. Spectify able to clear out Iron Skin. That's two very quick kills. It's a 4v2. This is the game on the line right now. As they're able to just move into sight, Rage able to get one. It's all going to be left on KL11, not able to make anything happen. A flawless victory from the likes of Myschief as they were able to just rush into sight right here. Very wonderfully done with that Ying pick, and that is going to be a 2-0 victory for Myschief, as the team that has done it all is going to be going to the grand finals of our tournament, and they are going to be left with one map advantage in a best of 5. Very, very well done. And nevertheless, KL11 is going to be able to move on to face the winner of the losers bracket. But I gotta say, Forge, right now, Shibenots with that ace holding down Bakery, just absolutely wonderfully done. And then Rage with those 2 spawn peaks with Ella's pistol. I mean, Mischief, my apologies. Mischief just came up with the answers for everything. I mean, there was not a point in the game where they ever looked, I mean, uncomfortable. The only 3 rounds they lost was really to their own mistakes of getting aggressive early and not getting the picks that they need, but very, very well done there.
Yeah, Mischief is looking like a team that's willing to take the risks, but also knows when to stop and head back into sight. That's not something you see. I mean, that's something you expect from Pro League teams, but that's not something you would see people do it efficiently. It's just those 3 rounds where they whiffed a little bit, but regardless, everywhere you see that they were confident. They knew what they were doing. Even when Vexion was messing around with the Frost, he knew if they knew what to do in the absence of a player. They knew how to equalize the score, what you needed to place where, and what to do in case things were to go wrong. Especially the push in the last round where you had the vigil for eventually delaying them to a point where they had to push into the reading room doorway as a 2 versus 1. It was a choke point, basically sealed it off for Mischief there. Shibenots perfectly played all throughout the game, got the aces, got the impact frags, even the ACS 12 of Rage getting spawn peak. That's something that we have been sleeping on. I don't think we should be sleeping on anymore, because it has the 1.5, it has the destruction. It might not have a good enough RPM, but it's still usable, and we have seen from Rage getting the spawn peaks, goes long range kills using the slugs of the SS12. So Myschief is looking strong. If they continue to play it this way, I guess they can sweep through the next finals pretty easily, and they also have the one map advantage. So claps all around for both teams. KL11 tried their best. I could see them coming back towards the end of the first map in what was the first map? Yeah, in first map in Villa. That was they were close. They seemed to be adapting well, but Myschief just pulled out their kill switch and it was over very soon. Okay,
All
so
right.
what? I
Ah,
would say thank you. Oh man. Okay, thank you very
just
much to everybody for
continue going.
joining.
So
Yeah, I go.
continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay. My apologies. So, thank you everybody for joining us. This was a good set of matches. 2-0. It was interesting to watch. I hope it was interesting cast. I hope it was interesting to watch. Um, so please do join us for the next games. We'll be moving on to the lower brackets to see who eventually goes on to face Myschief in the finals. Again, thank you very much for joining us. Stay home, stay safe, keep playing Siege, and keep watching Streamline Minor League.